people today. They could spend half their lives over 50. That's a lot of living. So it helps to have a wise friend and fierce defender in your corner. A friend like AARP. So your health lives longer.
This is just slow-mo karate?
Just slow-mo karate.
Your money lives longer.
I just bought that.
I just sold that.
And your happiness lives longer. That's why the younger you are, the more you need AARP. Join today.
Welcome to AARP Illinois' virtual event. It's so wonderful to have you with us. AARP is on a mission to connect with individuals across various communities, especially those aged 50 and above. We're here to listen, understand, and address the unique needs of you and your community as we age. Our goal is to enrich your experience by expanding our local activities, providing opportunities for you to discover and engage with all that life has to offer right here in your own community and virtually. As we journey through today's event, we invite you to consider joining our dedicated team of AARP volunteers. It's a chance to make a meaningful impact and help us better serve those 50 plus across the nation. Connect with us and be a part of this vibrant movement toward positive change. Welcome, and let's make this event both fun and transformative.
Hi, I'm Rick Planos. I'm a proud volunteer of AARP Illinois, and today I'm going to share some tips on smart car buying. I'm that guy for most of my career, had company cars, and I didn't have to worry about negotiating. And then once I had to do it myself, I learned all the bad things to do. So hopefully you're going to come out of this a little smarter with some tips on how to be efficient at buying a car. So first of all, the tip is to do your homework before. Don't walk into a dealer unprepared. Don't walk into it without any idea of what you want, because that's how you get taken advantage of. Sit down and discuss with your partner, your spouse, your children, if you're sharing the car with them, on what can you afford? What brand and models do you like? What do you prefer? How do you want to pay for it? What have you had good luck with before? Is it cash, loan? Is it a trade-in? Is it something that you're going to lease? Are there tax implications? What extras do you really need? There's all kinds of stuff these days, but the key is knowing what you need to have versus what somebody tries to sell you. Your goal is when you go to a dealer, you know specifically what one car that you are going to look at, okay? You can visit the brand websites. They're a lot less intrusive. You can compare models and miles per gallon, but you can also really find out without salesman pressure what exactly it is that you have to have versus what you'd like to have, or what the salesperson would like you to have. There are all kinds of tools online. If you are not savvy on technology, you might find this is a good time to get a child or a grandchild or a friend that is tech savvy to help you with the internet. But I've listed a few things here that are super helpful. CarMax, even though they sell cars, has really good information online. If you start by clicking on dealers, you will find that you probably get flooded with emails and sales and all kinds of things that you don't really want. And they'll sell your name to other people. And next thing you know, it's more email than you could ever figure out. So be judicious about where you give your information out. But these are all really good resources for you. The other thing you want to check is on the dealer's website, what dealers there are for the brand of car that you want. If you're looking at a Honda or a Toyota, there are multiple places to go. Never feel pressured to go to the one shop that you know about. Okay, that might not be the best salesperson. It might not be the best deal, or they might not have what you want in stock. Frequently now, dealers will have access to everything that's available in the country. So that helps you not get upsold into something more than what you really want or need, because you can say, no, I really just want this and these options. But there are lots of different things to look at, and doing that before you go to a dealer will make you that much more informed. Arrive at the dealership with a game plan. You know you want a Toyota Prius V, or you want a Honda Civic LX. Okay. Know that in advance. And another thing that I would like to suggest is that you contact the dealer by telephone or email before you go in. Again, there's a lot less pressure to buy when you're contacting them that way. And you can pre-shop and narrow down who's taking good care of you, who's most aggressive about prices, what specific model and options are available. You might find, like I did once, that gas prices have gone up and there's no Toyota Priuses available because everyone's bought them. Okay. Another key point here is never mention that you are trading in a car until you have negotiated the final purchase price of the car that you want. Okay. This is a common fallacy that many people do. Dealers love to do this because they confuse the issue. Well, I'm going to give you more on your trade-in. I'm going to give you less on this car. I'm going to do this or that. You want to go into your dealership with one car that hopefully they have in stock. And that's the only thing you're talking about to begin with. Once you get that finished, then you throw in the trade-in and work on that separately so it does not confuse the issue for you. At the dealership, you're going to find that one car that you want. Maybe it's not exactly the color, maybe it's not exactly got the options, but only work with one car that you see. Okay. Unless you really have a lot of money and you want to special order something with exactly what you want, work with one car that they have in stock, because that's the way you're going to get the best deal. Okay. Don't mention your trade-in. Don't mention anything else except this is the car I want. Dealers love to get you working on two different cars because, again, they will confuse the issue for you. And next thing you know, you don't know what exactly you're paying for. And by the time you write the check, it's more than you thought. So make it very specific. This is the car I want. You put your hands on it, whether it's used or new. Always remember that you have options, literally and figuratively. You are in the driver's seat here, okay? You're buying a car. You're going to get what you want. If that person doesn't have the car, or that dealer doesn't have the car, or that person can't help you, go somewhere else. There are always other options. There's also always other days to buy a car. So don't feel like you're cornered into getting something other than you want, because for most of us, this is a big purchase. Remember that financing is going to include a lot of things beyond the ticket price of the car. There's sales tax, there's title changes, there's licensing, there's document fees, possibly warranties or changes you need to be made in the car before you take it. Okay. Make sure there might be lease terms. Make sure that you have all that figured out in advance. Okay. Again, you want to know when you go in that you can afford a $500 monthly fee or a $400 monthly payment. Don't go in there and end up with way more than you wanted because the salesperson wanted a bigger commission. Okay. Also, don't assume that 0% financing is the best deal. Okay. It's good to talk to your banker or wherever you might get a car loan before you go to the dealer. Then you can compare that package with what the dealer offers you. For example, the dealer might say, I've got a 0% offer for 60 months on a $30,000 car, and that's a $500 payment. Okay. But they also, your bank might be offering 2.6% for 60 months on 27.5. You can get the extra money either from a rebate or out of pocket, and you end up with a $10 less payment. It makes a big difference. Discuss with your insurance agent in advance what you're thinking about purchasing. Okay. This gives you an idea of what you're going to have to pay in insurance. And if you're like me, you're buying a newer car than the car you have, your insurance is going to go up. We should share with you, I made a horrible mistake years ago. My son was turning 16 and I made a deal with him that I would buy him a Mustang if he ended up with straight A's. It worked. He got straight A's and I was buying him a used Mustang. Someone whispered in my ear that a GT was a great Mustang. I didn't know anything about it. I was about to buy a used Mustang GT before I checked on the insurance, which is insane for someone that's 16 years old. Thank God I didn't make that mistake. But you want to find out if the car you're getting is going to have a huge theft rate, and all of a sudden your insurance payment is huge. To maximize the trade-in, you want to make sure that you go into the trade-in discussion, which is separate from the car purchasing discussion. You want to go into the trade-in discussion with a clean car. Okay. It's worth the $10, $30 that it costs to get it cleaned inside and outside so it looks its best. Okay. Make sure that you have the oil change up to date. Make sure that you have the trunk clean. Okay. All those go into the decision they make on the trade-in price. Okay. Dealerships make very quick decisions on trade-ins, very quick. Okay. So a visual of a clean car with up-to-date servicing certainly is going to help you get the most money for the trade-in when you have that discussion. There are some times of the year that are better to buy than others. And if you can wait, it's not an emergency, your car didn't die or something like that. These are some good things to keep in mind, okay? Many models have an end of year. It's not always the calendar year, but they end up discounting the cars that they have in stock because they have to make room for new cars. Often the end of the month is when dealers are calculating their bonus or their commission. So they might have really great offers at the end of the month. And a bad weather day sometimes when no one else is walking in the dealership and everybody's getting bored is a good day that they might be making a better deal. Make sure that that car we talked about before that you're really set on is specifically the car that you want. Today, it's not as difficult as it used to be. You can have the dealer search the inventory nationwide. It might cost something to bring it from another dealer, but again, get the car you want in the color and the options you want. You're much less likely to get ripped off if the dealer doesn't end up going, well, you know, to get the pink one, you've got to have the LX package with the deluxe wheels. And next thing you know, you end up with the color you want, but 10 options you didn't really want to pay for. Okay. Get down to specifics of the car you really want when you're negotiating. When you purchase a car, used or new, you're typically going to sign the paperwork on that day. Okay. Make sure you let your insurance agent know before you drive off the lot. Make sure you cross-check with the Secretary of State to make sure your registration and license plate is right. And in Illinois, this is the website that you go to for that. Okay. But you want to make sure that all your ducks in a row in case something happens to that pretty new car when you drive off the lot. Okay. Another thing I want to make sure that I add here is when you go to the dealer and you're starting your negotiating, make sure you tell them you are ready to buy a car that day. That is the only way that you're going to get the best offer that they have. Okay. Don't say, I'm just looking. Even if you are just looking, say, yes, I'm ready to buy a car today. You will get their attention and you will get their best deal when you do it that way. Okay. So whenever you go in a dealer to look at cars, say, yes, I'm ready to buy today. And I know what I can afford and I know what car I want. Okay. Don't shop around in person, shop around online or on the phone. It's much easier that way. When you're buying a used car, and most of us are these days because the prices of cars are so high and the tariffs and everything else that are going on, make sure you look at all the details, okay? Look at the warning lights, look if there's oil stains, especially if you're doing it privately. Take the car to your repair shop where you trust them and get them to inspect it, okay? See what other people are paying for that car on some of the websites we talked about before, and check the safety rating, okay? I know there's a lot of old wives' tales about this brand is always safe or that brand is always safe. Look it up online to make sure that you're getting a car that has a good safety rating that is going to be the best option for you if you do end up having an accident. You also want to make sure especially if you're buying it privately, is there any chance the vehicle's stolen? Okay. I would never buy a car that has any apparent damage to the VIN number, which is usually visible looking through the windshield on the front of the car at the bottom underneath where the windshield wipers are. Same thing with the odometer. If there is damage to the odometer, I would never buy a car like that. You might be in a different situation, but certainly you want to double check before you buy any car that has any issues like that. Okay. There are websites that can tell you if the car has ever been in a flood, if it's ever been in an accident. It might not mean anything if it's been in an accident, but it certainly does mean something if it affected the frame or serious parts of the car. You also want to make sure that all the recalls have been done. Okay. Is this a car that has some significant flaw? What's the history of the repairs? Is it a car that somebody was really religious about getting all the oil changes done? Or is it a car that was just been sitting there and it was somebody's company car and they didn't really care? Okay. So you can check the history of any car that you're buying that's used. If the car was flooded or in a flood accident, it should be on the permanent title. Okay, so you want to make sure that that's not something that happened to you. But on the other hand, I will say it's very often dealerships have deals on cars that have hail damage, and it might be minor body damage that you wouldn't even notice. It's a good way to save money if that's something that doesn't bother you or something that you know you could fix. And that's really my presentation. So I hope you learned something about buying a car, and I hope you learned how AARP can help you. There's lots of great tools on the website, and I hope you'll check them out and be a smart shopper next time you go out. Thanks again. I'm Rick, and I appreciate your time today.